Welcome back, everyone. It's another episode of Global Card Collectors. And before I do introduce our guests, this one's been a really tricky one to kind of get sorted. I was telling Steve before we started recording that I've had to go through all sorts of different places. As you can see, the background behind me, it's different to normal because I'm at work. I'm at my school because I left my laptop charger at home. So we had to basically come to school to do that. I brought the wrong laptop to school, which was also a problem, but whatever happens, we're figuring it out, and we're pressing forward. So, welcome, Steve. Welcome, Matt. It's great to have you guys, and I'm really looking forward to you guys recapping the Auckland Card Show.
Yeah, cheers for having us again, Will. I think Matt's first time on here, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
So let's start.
Appreciate it. It's good. Yeah.
Let's start from the beginning. So the Auckland Card Show was I guess 2 official days of like card show goodness, but it actually started on the Friday. That's right, Steve. So you started some TCG tournaments. Matt, do you want to talk a little bit about those to begin with?
Yeah, sure. So part of the idea behind the card show was it was to be this mix of like the highest end TCG tournaments that New Zealand sees in it each year, kind of bring a bunch of those together into this card show thing where we do this massive card show with 100 vendors and a big main stage and everything like that, but then also have these huge tournaments. And what we realized very early on, talking to the publishers about running these big tournaments for New Zealand, is many of them wanted more than 2 days to hold, kind of this year's biggest event for their game. So it made sense. Like a big part of that was Flesh and Blood wanting to do 2 call-ins within our card show, which was incredible. Call-ins are 2-day events, so in order to do 2 of them, they needed to span it over 3 days. And then other publishers, Grand Archive, same thing. They wanted to have like big side event lead-ins to kind of in the build up to a big 2-day tournament as well. So it made the most sense to just do basically 3 days of tournaments and start everything off on the Friday and then open the show on the Saturday and have card show Saturday, Sunday, but have tournaments Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Great. How many people participated in those tournaments?
It's a big mix. Like Flesh and Blood's first one, I believe, had close to 300 people. And then they had 2 other large tournaments that were both over 100 people. And then, Grand Archive was close to 100 people. Lorcana was 90 people. And Yu-Gi-Oh! We did a New Zealand Open for Yu-Gi-Oh! As well, which was 70 people. So throughout those tournaments, you're talking, 600-700 people through the kind of high-end tournaments. And then we also had like Riftbound, which was a brand new TCG where we were doing a learn to play for it in the show hall. In the tournament hall, we did a big open play area, which had a seating capacity of 50 people or 48 people, and it was at capacity the entire time. So we had probably close to 500 people through that open play area itself as well.
Wow, that's incredible. And I can only assume that the next card show, it's just going to be bigger again because people will understand that this is the big tournament to get to. So I can't imagine how big it's going to be next year. That's going to be nuts. Was it Grand Archive that had a card that you could get if you participated? Is that correct?
Yeah. So Grand Archive did something really, really cool for the show where they made a promo card with an Auckland Card Show stamp on it. You could get that by through the VIP package of entering the Grand Archive tournament. And then there was another special one which had top 32 on it, I believe. And if you came top 32 in the event, you would get one of those as well, which is really, really cool.
Very cool. Anything that stuck out in your mind when you were organizing the tournaments? Anything specific about like maybe the players or what happened during the event, or any highlights for you from just being the organizer of the tournaments?
Yeah, I mean, I think just the highlights was everybody that I know in the card tournament space around New Zealand was there. You know what I mean? Like just the amount of people that traveled from up and down New Zealand and even Australia, and even like we had over 10 people from America that flew for these events. So we had people from America, we had people from throughout Asia as well, and yeah, a ton from Australia, and then just everybody who I could possibly name in New Zealand came out for it. So, like that was the biggest thing for me, is that everybody kind of came together for this event and for these tournaments.
But that's what I kind of felt from the beginning when you guys started advertising that you guys were going to be working together at the beginning. I was like, this seems like this is going to become a monster. It's going to be a big, big, big undertaking. And it looks like it was huge. But from all of the videos that I've watched of the show, it looks like it was a massive success. Steve, any thoughts about the tournaments or how things went to begin with?
Yeah, just kind of following on from what Matt said. So it was incredible to see so many people travel from not just over like from around New Zealand, but on the Friday whilst we were setting up. So the tournaments had begun in Hall One, and I was setting up out the front for the show, and someone tapped me on the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, like I've flown in from Hawaii for the Flesh and Blood tournaments," and I'm like, "Oh, hey, like, how's it going? Like, that's awesome that you've flown in." And he was like, "Yeah," he was like, "Actually, we've been in a group online for like quite a while. Like, we've talked before, and it turns out that I've known this guy in like the card community for years, and
Wow.
we've spoken a bunch." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "You're actually," and he was like, "Yeah," and I was like, "What? This is incredible! Like, you've flown in for this?" And he was like, "Yeah, like I saw you advertising the show." He's like, "I thought I'd have to come down and check it out." So yeah, just incredible to see people traveling in from all over the world. And hopefully that's something that we see more and more of over the next couple of years as we grow this show. So yeah, just that on tournaments, it was just incredible to see people coming from all over the place.
Was there a lot of crossover between the people who came for the tournaments? Were they also coming into the actual show itself? I assume yes, but you just never know.
Yeah, so part of getting a ticket for any of the tournaments is that you had access to the show as well on the Saturday and Sunday. So, yeah, people could kind of just jump between the two, except for the Friday. The Friday we had the two halls closed off so that whilst we were packing in for the show, people could enjoy the games in peace. But then on Saturday and Sunday we opened those doors up and people can just kind of mingle between the two halls. So yeah, it was pretty cool to see people checking out both sides of the show.
Yeah,
And
I
I
think
think for these, oh, go, you go, Matt. Go.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry, I just add on to that. I think what one thing that was quite cool is like with all of the tournaments. So all of the major tournaments, people got a full weekend pass to the show. So because
Awesome.
Friday was just tournaments, what a lot of people did is they like came and played everything on Friday, played a Saturday tournament, and then unless they made like the top cut or the top end of the tournament that to carry on Sunday, they just came on Sunday and enjoyed the show. So a lot of people did like 2 days of playing tournaments and then one day of like being in the show hall and being at the stage and going around and just enjoying the show as well. So I think that was really cool.
I think on top of that, it's going to be building up that community within New Zealand for these specific TCGs as well. So now that they know that they have something to reach towards, I'm just assuming that in maybe like local card stores or in like small areas, they're going to probably be having like mini tournaments or groups getting together now and being able to prepare for the big tournament. I guess whenever the next Auckland Card Show is going to be next year. Hey, I wanted to let's move on to the main show day, guys. Steve, do you want to just give us a little bit of an outline on how I guess the Saturday went? How did it all begin? Give us a run through from the beginning. I've watched a couple of videos online of different people who were, I guess, content creators, and it looked like they had an awesome time. Do you want to just start out from like Saturday morning? How did it all go?
Yeah, so Saturday morning, we opened the doors quite early. I think we opened the doors somewhere around 8:28, 8:30 for anyone that was part of the tournaments. And we started letting people in who had VIP tickets and even general attendance. But we kept the main show halls closed at that point. But just kind of got people in from outside in the cold, get them in, they can get coffee, they could kind of chill out in the big foyer that you have in the showgrounds.
Mhm.
And then from 9:30, we opened the doors for the VIPs. At this point, I'm still setting up for and double checking things are on the stage, making sure that we're ready for the day. And then Matt came in at that point was like, VIPs are coming in, and I was like, it's 9:30 already. Like what the? And so and then so in came our VIPs, and there was just instantly like there was an incredible atmosphere between the VIPs as they came through the doors. Like there was this instant vibe in the whole hall, and obviously this hall is I don't know per square foot, but it is so much bigger than Barfoot Stadium that we did last year. Like just this
Oh
one
yeah.
hall that we're using for the show is so much bigger than it was last year, and this instantly this just incredible vibe. And then at 10 a.m. in come general attendance. Now at this point, like when VIPs were coming in, I took a quick look out into the foyer, and I was like, okay, there's quite a few people around. We knew at this point we'd sold a couple of thousand tickets, so we knew that there was going to be a good turnout for the event. But I look out and I'm like, okay, so there's not a huge queue there. Like it's it might pick up, and then I go back 5 minutes later and I look, and general attendance is just like right around the foyer of the showgrounds into the cafeteria. Just like, oh wow, this is going to be a big day. So yeah, 10 a.m. we let in general attendance, and when I say a vibe, it was electric in there. It was such a cool vibe throughout the day from that point on. We kicked off the show a little after 10 a.m. with our stage. We had myself, Matt, and Assad from Poker Collection. He came
Mhm.
up on stage to kind of MC for the weekend, and he introduced myself and Matt and Melissa from Dragon Shield, who we started with this whole We Love Dragons video from Dragon Shield that played into the hall, and that played across our YouTube channel, and then we went into a little bit of a Q&A and just to kind of like chat and introduce Melissa to New Zealand and the show, and then yeah, we had all kinds of things happen on the stage this year. So a bit like you would have witnessed last year when you came to the first show, we did box breaks, we had pack battles, we had all of those kinds of things throughout the day. One of the coolest things that we did this time round was a Disney team quest. So we had
I saw, yeah.
4 of these across the weekend, and up to 100 packs were given out every team quest that we did. And all of the crowd have to hold their packs and wait until they're given instructions to open it. We kind of talk them through how Disney Lorcana work, and then they open their packs, see what cards they've got. A couple of people pulled like enchanted cards, so like they get their heavy hitters like straight away, and yeah, a couple of people chuffed in the crowd about that. But then we encourage people based on the slides that we have on the stage. You get these 4 cards that will come up on the slide, and people in the crowd need to hold up their cards if they have one of them, and then they've got to form a team with people around them,
Ah,
and the
cool.
quickest to form a team will get a promo card. So myself and Asad are up there kind of just talking how this all works, and then it's like 3, 2, 1, go, and then you have people putting their hands up, I got this, I got that, I got Donald Duck, I've got that one, and then Matt's there in the crowd just trying to, we're like, there's a team of 4, there's a team of 4, and Matt's like running around, okay, you got the 4, and then giving out the promo cards. And so it was a lot of fun, and the more we did them over the weekend, the more the crowd got into it, the more we got into it, and it was just yeah, again, just like a really cool vibe with the team quest there. Um and then yeah, we what else did we have on the Saturday? We had a couple of our sponsors come up on stage. We had TCG Collector and Hobby Lords come up on stage in the afternoon. They were joined by Fetch, and we had they kind of formed a little panel up on stage, which was then hosted by Mr. Tofu. They had people from the crowd ask some questions. They had they'd asked the community ahead of the show, like if you've got questions about the TCG community here in New Zealand, and like what it's like maybe to run an LGS store, or allocations of Pokemon, any questions you have, they would answer them on stage. So that was pretty cool. to make things a little bit spicier, Liam from Hobby Lords brought a box of Evolving Skies to the party just to casually rip between them on stage. So that made things a little bit more exciting again. And then that was kind of Saturday. Like we had a lot of fun on stage. There were a lot of cool cards being pulled, but nothing like the Sunday. Sunday was where it all happened on stage. So again, a bit
So
of
do you want to talk about? I'm sorry, Steve. Sorry to interrupt. Do you want to talk a little bit about what happened with the Evolving Skies box? I did I did see what happened, but maybe for those who didn't see what happened with the Evolving Skies, why don't you just tell us how? I guess it kind of suited its nickname in many ways.
Why? Because you can't pull anything good from it.
Yes, that's right.
Well, yeah, I mean, Liam got a couple of good hits from that box on the Saturday, but on the Sunday, I've said, did you see myself and Kieran from the NZ Card Collectors show down
I did. I did.
We opened a couple of boxes, the Build a Battle boxes on stage, and pulled absolutely nothing. Like I can't remember. Did we even get a hollow from those packs? I can't
I
remember.
don't think so.
It was
I don't
so
think
bad.
so.
It was so
Yeah.
bad. Yeah, it's a rough set to try and pull anything from.
It's a lot of pain in that one.
Remember, if I'm honest.
Yeah, well,
But but hey, when we opened some stuff on stage on the Sunday, myself and Kieran, we did get a good hit. So he also brought a Japanese box of the Tag Team GX, and I think we were 2 packs in. He gave me a pack to open there, and we did pull him a heavy card. We pulled him the gold secret rare Mew Mewtwo. So he did get something good out of it, but not from Evolving. No.
And like you said, the Sunday there were a lot more big hits up on stage. I remember seeing a lot of the videos. You know, RMNTCG got a big one, for example, from an original pack. That was great.
Honestly, this was like the wildest hour for the stage. So myself and Assad had been up on stage. Mighty Ape had given us 105 packs in total of Pokemon to rip and just give out. We had a variety of different sets. We pulled all kinds of products and gave them out to the crowd. And then we did some pack battles after this. So we had RMTCG up on stage. We had Assad's sister from Poke Collection. We had Jorge from Hobby Lords, and we had Mr. Tofu. And so we had all this product lined up and ready for them to rip, and people were in the crowd. We'd form teams, so Team Tofu, Team RMTCG, etc. And I give them product to open. And earlier that day, Nathan from Pokepoles had given me some of these. So we'd already opened some of these Pokepoles mystery packs on our live stream on the Friday, like our pre-show thing. What we did. But on the Sunday, he gave me a couple more packs. He said, "Hey, would you want to open some up on stage?" So yeah, sure. Like let's do it. So I go over to his booth, and I can verify that he could not have chosen which pack we were going to open on stage. He randomly selected packs and then gave them to me. Like, okay. So when we get up on stage then, and these guys don't know what they're going to open for the crowd, and I'm like, here we go. You got these mystery packs. And we go down the line. Mr. Tofu does his, and so on, so on. We get to RMTCG, and I say, hey, like, you know that there is a base set pack allegedly in these packs. I don't know. I didn't pack them, but apparently there's a base set pack in one of these. And with that, he just pulls out the base set. And it's like, wow, this is awesome. So the crowd just went. I don't know if this is picked up on YouTube as well as it should, but the crowd went like crazy for it. It was a really electric moment for the show. And whilst this is happening, though, Liam from Hobby Lords, again, bringing the absolute fire. He stood on the side as this is happening. I look to the side, and Liam is there with a base set pack, just kind of like ready to get up on stage, because he's promised the crowd prior to doing these pack battles on stage that after the pack battles, he's going to do a crowd pack battle where you all buy a pack of Pokemon cards from whichever vendor you want, and then everyone's going to rip them at the same time, and whoever's got the highest hit gets the pack, the base set pack with him. So whilst RMTCG is here doing this, I got Liam on the other side of the stage, just kind of like, I'm like, this is insane. Like this is crazy. And then so of course, RMTCG pulled the hollow Polyrath for someone in the crowd, like just like you imagine coming to the show, right? You got a free ticket to get a pack of Pokemon. You got this whole mystery pack, and then you get a hollow base. Like, just yeah, that guy had a good day. And then we paid. I said before, I said, look, if there's a hollow in this pack, like before RMTCG opened, I said, look, if there's a hollow in this pack, we will grade it with whoever you want here at the show today. So he also got it graded. And I'm really excited to say, I hope it comes back as a 10 for him. Like, he's never going to forget Auckland Card Show if he does. So, and then yeah, obviously, we got Liam up on stage then, who we had this big pack battle moment between the crowd. Someone from the crowd got what did he get? Was it a Giratina gold secret rare card? I think is what won him the base set pack, and then he went on to pull a hollow Gyarados, just like two hollows, two base sets within like 20 minutes of each other. And then whilst then myself and Matt sit down with, this is like a wild hour. I was thinking, like, I was so like wired after this, and I was thinking we were doing this podcast recording with the guys from Palms Off Gaming. They'd come in from Australia for the weekend, and we'd arranged to do this podcast recording up on stage. And I'm thinking, it's the end of the show. It's going to be a real chilled kind of just sit down. I sat down there and I was just like, I can't believe this has just happened. Like this is like, I was so wired and sat there. I was like, this is meant to be like a chilled session, but I was so like out of it. And then whilst we were sat there talking, I remember it happening, and I'm not sure if it's picked up on the recording that we had from VidCon there, but I hear this cheer in the background, and I meant to say it like out loud, and I was like, no, I won't interrupt the podcast. But I was like, someone's just pulled something good. And it turns out another Pokeballs pack had been opened, and he pulled out a jungle pack. And the guy that got it was shaking, apparently, that he couldn't open the pack himself. So the woman that they're helping at the booth, she opened it for him, and then he pulled a hollow Snorlax.
No,
and it's just like this all happened within an hour of each other. It's just like this is really, really cool. So
that's the golden hour of the whole show. That's the golden hour for sure.
And he's had his card graded now as well. So I'm really excited to see what those cards come back as. Like, I hope they all come back as like real high grades.
That's great, man. That's great. So thanks for running us through I guess all of the highlights on the stage, but there was so much going on in the show there too that you can kind of get even because I watched through quite a bit of the video footage online, and I noticed that you also had these little, and you talked about it before in the last time we chatted, those little booths where people could go in with their cards and do some pack openings live as well, which I thought was a lot of fun. I think it took the audience a little while to get used to it. There's some really good people who kind of open up cards like, well, this is fun. This is cool. I really like that idea. I think it's a lot of fun and a good way for people to participate and also just kind of interact with like an online audience like me. So someone who's literally halfway around the world was able to see them and go, wow, this is a great thing. So I thought a lot of the ideas that you guys had were just major hits. It was great.
Yeah, that was a really cool thing. I think next year we'll place it next to the stage, so it's more prominent, and I think more people will use it. But it was a really cool feature to add to the show that anyone can just go on and live stream through our channel. And a lot of kids get involved. A lot of kids were like kind of for it more than the adults. I remember saying to one of the guys on the side of he was on the side of the stage. He was opening his pack and he was putting the cards down on the stage as he was going through them. And I was like, dude, like. I was like, got a live stream booth over here. Like, do you want to try? And he was like, no. But the kids were like straight into it. The kids were just like, yeah, get my headset, and they're just like going for it. So yeah,
I noticed that too. I was like, man, there's a lot of kids doing it. Why aren't the adults doing it? And I was like, they're just a little bit too self-conscious, but just have a crack, have a go. It's fun. Yeah. What about the? I do remember we talked about it beforehand. How did it go with cards selling at retail? Like, I have a feeling it would have just been a big kind of rush at the beginning of the show just for people to make sure that they got their box of cards that they came to the show to get.
Yeah, I think that That was really cool. That was one of the things that you noticed early on in the morning was the Mighty Ape line. So the Mighty Ape queue was like possibly 200 people long, something like that.
Wow.
They had so much product there, so much hard to find product that's come out in the sort of last year that is just sold out everywhere, and they'd been holding it back for the show to do a really big thing there, and they were selling it all at their normal retail prices. And then Card Merchant were doing the same thing. They held back metric, just massive amounts of product, and were doing the same thing, selling it at their retail price. And so straight away, the first thing people did, or the first thing VIPs did at 9:30, is they hit those two stands and formed big queues and got themselves their booster box or their ETBs or whatever at retail. And then as soon as the doors opened at 10 o'clock, those queues became massive. So that was really cool.
I agree, man. I think it's something special for the show because those boxes, those ETBs, they're tough to come by, man.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get them from this side of the world. And, I'm part of these New Zealand Pokemon groups on Facebook. And as soon as people list them and they're above retail price, most of those products just disappear. So at retail, it's unreal.
Yeah,
So something great.
it was a really big thing that we focused on with the retailers. We wanted there to be something really special that you can get at Card Show that you can't get anywhere else. So we talked to a lot of our bigger retailers and even incentivized them and said, look, if you can save product for the show, if you can sell it at retail, everything like this, if you can do special things for VIPs like they get, obviously all these stands are going to do like one per person, this, whatever. If you can make the VIPs two per person, everything like that. Like we worked with a lot of the bigger stands to have that on offer. Mighty Ape, Card Merchant, a few others as well were more than happy to work with us for that. And I think it made the show really, really special.
Yeah, I agree. I'm still getting a little bit of FOMO, but I really feel like I missed out on a really, really good show. Like, what would it be like for a stand to collect? If you went into that show, how would you come out? What would you guys say to that?
Do you want to go first, Matt?
You go. Yeah.
So if it was me as an attendee going in, I'd have been really happy with that show. Like the feedback we had was absolutely incredible. Like we've had like literally hundreds of people reach out to us and say how much they enjoyed the show. And I think if it was me experiencing it from the other side, I think I'd be really happy. I think we've kind of achieved what I set out to achieve back in 2024, but we've done it what I thought would take us kind of like 3 to 5 years to build up toward. We've managed, obviously myself and Matt teaming up, we've managed to do it in 18 months.
Wow.
This was the kind of like I had a kind of high bar to set for like the kind of card show that I wanted to put on. I've said this, and I'm not ashamed to say it. Like I always see like London as my kind of like that's where I want to be. That's where I want to take Auckland Card Show is to that level of a show. And yeah, I think we achieved that this year, and we'll just continue to kind of build upon that now with that same quality. And I think if I'd gone to that show as an attendee, I'd have been really happy with the weekend.
Yeah. I think I sort of did go as an attendee as well, right? Like, I mean, obviously there was so much craziness on the stage and all of the things to organize it and stuff, but I definitely took a few moments to go around some stands to buy a few cards to kind of enjoy it as well, and like as an attendee, and it was awesome. I found some stuff that I had been looking for a while that I didn't, wasn't sure that I'd be able to find, and managed to. It was just really cool. So, yeah.
What did you buy?
So I brought.
Sorry, I'm taking over your show now, but I haven't.
No, I was going to ask exactly that question. It's perfect.
Yeah, so I brought a couple of I brought a couple of Pokemon cards. I got a Blastoise that just kind of really wanted for nostalgia reasons, and then I got some old Fab product that I hadn't seen for a little while as well, and I got these what are they called, what were they, convention exclusive fab cards from Gen Con in America that somebody had brought over. One of the vendors from America brought them over with them and had them at the card show. And I was like, well, I'm not going to be able to get these in New Zealand, so yeah, I'll take them. So
that's awesome. Steve, we talked about this before. The last card show, you didn't buy a single card at the card show.
Yeah.
How'd you go this time?
I bought cards this time. I didn't get as much time to go around and see the stalls as I wish I had. Again, it's looking forward to next year. Like, I'm gonna have to kind of be like, look, I need to free up an hour where I can just go around and look at things. But I did, without going around and seeing things, I did manage to spend way more money than I'd like to have. So I definitely bought a Elite Trainer box for Fusion Strike. Which was absolutely tragic. I did pull that, I think, the Monday or the Tuesday after the show. I got nothing. Like, I never do. I don't know why I do it to myself. I keep hoping I'm going to get that Gengar, but I never do. I also bought, I got it here to show up. So I did treat myself to a box of Marvel Topps Chrome.
Oh, very cool.
First time I'll have opened this. I haven't opened it yet. Obviously, it's still sealed. But I do plan on opening this at some point. I got that from the guys at Blunt at a pretty decent price. Again, a bit more than I'd like to have spent, but I managed to get it at a good price from them. So yeah, and I got this from Nathan at Pokepoles. I think he really enjoyed the publicity he got from his packs on stage. So he came and gifted me a Raichu card, which I don't have it in my account. It's not the highest grade. It's only a 5.5 from CGC, but I don't have it in my collection. So I was like, sweet, this is awesome. And that was my haul from the weekend.
Adding to that Raichu collection's important, mate. I remember your original Raichu story with your nan.
Yeah.
So it's good to see that you're adding to it.
So it's not a Raichu I have. So when he gifted it to me, I was like, oh man, this is awesome. So yeah.
So how's the show looking moving forward, guys? So any plans for 2026? Do you want to just, I mean, it's so soon after the show, but I'm sure after having a few days break now, you've probably been looking ahead because I guess you kind of have to, right? So any thoughts about what things are going to be looking like next year?
Yeah. Do you want to go or do you want me to go?
All right. Well, yeah. I think next year we're going to try to grow it again. We're going to try to go bigger again. So we have been talking to the showgrounds about taking even more space and leveling up yet again for next year. And you know what? Why not? Like, we just got to go for it. You know, the amount of support and outpouring of support that we had gives us a lot of confidence. I'm fairly certain that you know, we had over 5,000 people this time. I want to legitimately aim for 10,000. Like, I know that sounds crazy, and I know that is a massive dream amount of people, but I honestly think we can hit it. And I think that if we go all out next year and we have, even more stage stuff, and we get more international vendors, we do more bigger events and tournaments and stuff like that, I think that we can still keep dialing that up. I think we've done some cool stuff, but I think that there's way more cool stuff that we can do. And then the other part of that is South Island. We are going to do a South Island card show in 2026. Date and location isn't entirely confirmed. We're looking into a few at the moment, and we're getting close, but we're definitely going to do a South Island show one way or another.
That's awesome. So South Islanders are going to be wrapped, and there are a lot of South Island collectors too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we since the first show last year, we get a lot of messages of people, either in the community groups on Facebook or directly, that they'll reach out to us and say, when are you going to come and do something like this in the South Island? So we've looked at, we've had those messages, way back from like July last year, and it's something that we've been slowly looking at for about a year now. So doing this big Auckland show was always our next big move when me and Matt teamed up. But going down to the South Island's been something that has also been in the pipeline for over a year now. So, or about a year now. So yeah, excited to take what we've done here down to there. And yeah, and just building on what Matt has said now, like yeah, we are going a bit bigger for Auckland next year. We there is still so much. There's so much that we can explore. Like we had so many ideas for this show that that we didn't bring forward, and we can grow into for the future shows. And then there's also we're just starting to get the Australian guys to come over and be a part of the show. We just had Cherry come over. Cherry had an amazing weekend. He's locked and loaded to come back for next year. Like the guys from Palms Off want to come back again. So and they were really impressed with what we did. So I'm hoping that they're going to go back. They're going to talk to other vendors at shows they do over in Australia, and I'm sure that we're going to see a lot more Australian vendors for next year. So yeah,
that's nuts.
There's so much we can grow into.
You guys are mad. I mean, for those people who have not been to the Auckland Showgrounds, that venue, the capacity there is incredibly huge. Like it's a massive, massive venue. And you guys are just going to get more space. That's awesome, man. Go for it, man. That's so cool.
I mean, given how full like everything was at the show with 3,500 people in that room on Saturday, if we want to hit 10,000 people, it takes a lot of space.
Yeah, wow, that's awesome, man. Hey guys, do you have anything else to share before we go? Anything that we've maybe overlooked, or anything that you want to talk about with the show before we leave?
Yeah. I guess the biggest thing I want to shout out is just to everyone that was involved in it. That's down from our biggest sponsor, Dragon Shield, to like local sponsors here, like TCG Collector, Hobby Lords, Card Merchant, like everyone that's been involved to help us get it to that point.
Yeah.
And then to every one of our volunteers that helped us get it over the line, on that weekend. Or the week leading up to it, we were packing VIP bags the week before. We got to pack in, got to pack out. There's the running of the event, and we had so many incredible people help us, put that show together. And so they definitely deserve a shout out. It's not just on myself and Matt and the team behind it. It's every one of those that help put it together, and of course everyone that attended the event. Like we just really grateful that they came, and if you gave us any kind of feedback, positive or not, like we're really grateful that you came to the show and let us know that what you thought of it, and we look forward to building a bigger one for you next year.
Yeah, that's great. Matt?
Yeah, so I think I'm just super stoked that it came together exactly how we wanted it. Another really cool part of the show, I think, was like the learn to play areas. Like we taught thousands of people how to play new card games that they hadn't played before. So we had to learn to play for Grand Archive, we had to learn to play for Yu-Gi-Oh, and we had to learn to play for Riftbound. And the Riftbound one absolutely blew every expectation you could possibly have. We taught over 1,000 people how to play Riftbound. The learn to play area taught over 1,000 people. The open play area had over 500 people that after they learned how to play went there and carried on playing in the open play area. And then hundreds in the other games as well. So I really like that we're able to use this as an avenue to grow the industry as well. There's a lot of people that are interested in cards and came out to the card show because they're interested and then got to learn how to play a TCG. And from there, they go to their local game stores and they kind of get right into the middle of this whole industry. And that's a really, really cool part of this as well. And something that, especially with the Riftbound thing, I was blown away and really, really happy with. So, I mean, for me, overall, this when I teamed up with Steve, this is what I hoped for, right? Like I wanted to bring like everybody in the industry together and do a massive sort of event that's going to help lift up the industry, that's going to get a bunch more people into TCGs, that's going to be a big event for all of the retailers and everything like that. And it's just going to give people everything to kind of come together and celebrate this cool, nerdy thing that we all love, right? That's our passion. And so I was just super stoked that a lot of passionate people came together, both behind the scenes and attendees at the show, and we just pulled off something really, really cool.
Well, it's just so exciting for New Zealand card collectors. So obviously, when I was there last year, you could kind of see everything building along these lines, and now it just feels like that it's just exploded into this massive thing. So there's so many Kiwis now who are excited, enthusiastic, passionate card collectors, and I think events like this specifically really do just build that community a lot. Like you said, Matt, with teaching people how to play those TCG games is a game changer. Like I remember in 2024, I brought my daughter along. I had no clue about Pokemon. You sat down with people and they taught us how to play the game, and now we're hooked. We are hooked, and I think that's going to be seen in the New Zealand card community next year. So when you do aim for 10, you could get more. You really could.
Yeah.
I think it's just it's already started. You can see the future for New Zealand card collecting, and it's really bright. So really exciting, guys. I'm very impressed.
Well, hopefully we can get you down for next year.
I
'Cause
hope so, mate. I really do. If the timing works out perfectly, I mean, we're definitely coming back around July, August. So, I mean, obviously, don't arrange the show for us, but if it works out, that'll be amazing. So that's what we're hoping for.
we'll keep you updated on dates. We have some dates kind of sort of penciled in. We'll have the decision made soon, and yeah,
Perfect. All
let
right,
you
that's
know.
what. Yeah, that was a lot of fun, and thanks for sharing the information about the show. And for those people who are listening from abroad, a really good chance to get to New Zealand. You know, like it's a beautiful country to begin with. And if you're a card nerd, if you're a card addict, if you want to see a great card show, like a great card show, the Auckland Card Show could be just for you. All right, boys, that was great.
Cheers, bro. Thank you very much.
All right,
Yeah.
see you guys
Thanks,
soon.
man. Cheers.
All right.